Hey, second is neutral here. Kind of want to introduce myself to this new thing of YouTube's. Not really new, but new to me. I revive cars for fun, but I decide might as well throw a camera in front of it because I watch it too on YouTube and it's real enjoyable for me, and I do a lot of old cars as well. I got two in front of me. I'm going to show you the one that I revived recently and another one I kind of revived. Still ran when I got it, but she looks shinier. So I'm going to turn the camera around, introduce you to my two rigs, and then tell you about what I'm going to in the future, what I'm going to do. So, I got myself a 79 Cherokee, red, orange. I'd like to hear the debate about that, but my friend says it's orange. I say it's red. Tomato, tomato. Orange or tomato, more like it. She's shiny in some places, flat in the others. But she was real flat when I first got her. I buffed her with the buffing tool. Got her looking a whole lot shinier. She's a little chewy on the bottom of the doors and just about everywhere. Small hole back here. We don't talk about it. It's back there. If you can't see it, it's never happened. Can't fix that for some reason. I'll fix it later. 360. Not the bigger one, not the smaller one. It's in the middle. With all-time four-wheel drive. Now, that gives me 8 miles a gallon. It's not a lot, but man, look at this bumper. That is not factory. Wow. Someone's good with the welder. But I think she was just repainted down the road. There's some signs. Of course there is. Because, well, the sticker just doesn't line up back here. Just does not look good. And some Bondo work. I think that's Bondo. So, if you're gonna Bondo it and then repaint it, do it right. And of course, the disaster. Almost like a ½ inch of Bondo on the bottom of this door. Wowzers, look at that. This whole thing's probably Bondo. Wow. But other than the poor Bondo job, I mean, she's solid for her age. I'm sure she's driven a couple winters. Now, the nicer one, which is also the older one, a 1969, nice, Mercury Montago. She was sitting in an active barn for 41 years. 41. She still looks like this, untouched. Before she was parked, they always are before they're parked, the motor was rebuilt. And they swapped out the auto transmission on the column to the floor. They gave her a lift job in the back. A little brick of metal right there, I think, has something to do with it. So, gives her that drag look. She was also repainted before she was parked. I'm guessing it was blue from the factory, but probably didn't have this nice little side stripe and hood stripe going on. Sitting in an active barn really does one some problems, especially when there's a bunch of goats that like climbing on stuff. I'm sure the goats had something to do with this dent that let water sit on the roof, along with some scratches I can't find now. That's good. If you can't find them, they never happen. Oh, no, there they are, right here. Scratch, scratch. Probably some, I buffed it and put some wax on her, that's why she's a little bubbly. Some scratches right here. But I mean, 41 years. And when I say she mechanically felt like she didn't want to run. I mean it. 3 wheels were locked up, like the brakes. I honestly think all 4 were locked up. Yeah, they were. The guy pulled it from a barn just, I think, a mile from his house. And he towed it to his house and 1 wheel broke loose. I think it was one of the front, no, it was one of the back ones. But when I got it, pulling it onto that trailer, she just did not want to move. But she did. I got her home, I pulled her off the trailer with that gray van right there. Ain't much, but it's honest work. And then getting those wheels off too. Unfortunately, cutting the drums off because they just wanted to stay on. And then, well, I had to cut the rear tires off. The guy really loved his car and he thought these wheels were something else. Every one of those wheels had one anti-theft lug on it. These deep dish, I mean, you just can't get a pipe wrench on there. You can't get a normal socket on there. So I just took a cutting instrument and cut all around there. Nice little tool, so I can hook on with a pipe wrench and torched it as well. Make sure you burn the vintage plastic hubcaps. That adds to the value. Not really, but yeah, I cut 2 of them off. Then I put some uni lugs on there. You don't need to know they are, just put a hubcap on. They don't think they're uni lugs. But other than this chewy part on the rear bumper, the whole thing, you'd think I was kind of taking care of it. And you wouldn't think it was sitting in the barn. Now the farther proof, it's been sitting since late 70s. You can see the Ohio University expires 77. Then you got an oil change, 2 of them actually. There was 3, but I washed that one off on accident. Sorry. 78, if you can read that. And I believe that's a 79. So that would match up with it last running in 79, which would be 41-ish years. I don't know. But pretty solid car. And I figured I'd start a YouTube channel. For my next revival, I'm going to pick up next week. And I'm going to film getting that one running. So stay tuned. It might not be as shiny as this one by the end of it, but she'll go from non-running to a point A, point B kind of car. I wouldn't take it to Florida. I wouldn't take anything to Florida. Florida's no good for a car either. I'm in Ohio, and I mean, they're not no good for cars either, so I can't complain. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I'll have a second video out for you guys, so just stay tuned and have a nice day.